Over the past few years, Wuhan is a city that has been known to outsiders for all the wrong reasons. But today, we're going to show you the real Wuhan.
I had no idea that this was such a foodie city.
Oh my god, it's a very white city. It's so gleaming.
What are the aiyis made of here in Hubei province?
As we discovered, its people are beyond resilient. They're friendly and open and definitely aren't afraid to say hi. This is a city that is defined by vast bodies of water.
Before any of these bridges were built, this was the only way for residents of the city to get across.
Colourful back alleys.
Isn't it amazingly jazzy?
Amazing infrastructure projects that would make an infra-nerd like Jack weep with tears of joy.
Absolutely mind-blowing. I felt like I'm living in the Matrix right now.
And an oh so special dish that may or may not have been the main reason for my visit.
And we've travelled all the way to Wuhan basically for this dish.
But more on that subplot shortly.
Where are we, Jack?
We are in the City of Lakes.
Oh yeah? Is that what Wuhan stands for?
Well, I'm not sure if that's its official title, but if you look at a map, then this city is absolutely full of lakes. I've never seen so many lakes, so it feels quite fitting that we start our day with a lake. But that's not the main thing we're doing this morning, is it, Nico?
No, this is actually just a happy accident. We are actually walking to the metro station and we went through this beautiful park. And honestly, there's no better way to start the day in China than a trip to the park.
Lovely as it may be, we can't mess around in the park all day because we're on a time-sensitive mission this morning.
Okay, well, not much to report on the metro. It was clean, modern, but that could go for the metro in pretty much any Chinese city. Only the middle carriages are air-conditioned. Unfortunately, we went in the end carriage because we're absolute dumb nuts. Not ideal, I'm a bit sweaty now, but look, guys, we've not come to Wuhan for metro chat. We've come here for a far more interesting activity. What are we up to this morning, Nico?
We've come for breakfast. Now I know what you're thinking, breakfast, everyone has breakfast, but breakfast hits differently in Wuhan.
Let's go find out.
Seems like everyone's buzzing about something here. I wonder what's going on.
Oh, it's a wall. It's a wall. Oh.
Yeah, tower. We'll go on that later. Stay tuned. Breakfast first, tower second. Oh man, look at that sesame. I can't wait for rugamian. So the people of Wuhan love breakfast so much, they even have a term for it. It's called guozao, which means to eat breakfast in a hurry. This term started a long time ago when people would buy breakfast on the way to the market and eat it because they were in a rush. And this hasn't stopped because people have busy lives here. So everyone comes out in the morning, grabs some breakfast and then heads to work. Oh my God, it smells so good on this street and there's so many different breakfast places. But I asked you guys where we should go and I was recommended this place by a couple of people, so we're heading to a specific shop. Oh, I hope it's as good as the others because man, I'm hungry. Okay, so I think it's gonna be better than the others because look at this massive queue outside.
And I've even got a picture of your guys' recommendations to avoid any confusion.
So us Brits have a bit of a reputation for loving a queue, but I've got to say nobody does a queue quite like they do it here in China.
你好，我有一个烧麦饼 and 2个热干面。
How much?
22 yuan. So we actually came a little bit later on because we thought we'd miss the morning rush. I can't imagine what this place is like before work. There must be queues all the way down the street. 你好，有一个。 谢谢. Wow, I have never had anything like this before. So basically it's a xiaomai, which I have had, and a bing, which I have had, but it's inside it. I am so excited. This is like carb on carb on carb. I cannot wait. Oh my God, what is that? It tastes like Yorkshire pudding, covered in gravy, but yeah, it's dry. It's like all my dreams come true. I think this is one of the best breakfasts I've ever had in my life. Oh, this is so good.
You're gonna save some for me?
No, sorry. It's just all mine.
Just kidding.
That is really something, isn't it?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Really peppery as well. It's almost like reminds me of the feeling of like a noodle bing a bit. All that black pepper.
Oh my God. It's amazing, isn't it?
You've got the crunch. You've got the soft, silky layers of the shawarma. Wow.
Well, that was just the starter. Now for the main course. 热干面.
热干面.
2个热干面. 谢谢.
2 spoonfuls, please.
Oh my days, this looks amazing!
The trick to any kind of banh mian or rogan mian or anything like that is you need to find somewhere to sit ASAP and mix that stuff ASAP before it dries out or goes claggy. Oh my God, who did not finish their rogan mian? Absolute cretins.
I can smell the sesame. Oh my God, so good. The sesame paste is like really smooth and really, really tasty. Tastes a little bit peppery, but maybe that's still the aftermath of the shawarma. Oh my God. I'm just so excited to actually have rugamian in Wuhan. My whole China experience has been leading up to this bowl of noodles. I will travel for noodles, and we've traveled all the way to Wuhan basically for this dish, because it is one of our favorite noodle dishes in the whole of China. And nothing compares to actually eating it here in Wuhan.
吃这个是要跟这个配着吃的。
我不喜欢喝这个，我不喜欢那个味道。
真的？
真的。
你没喝过，你怎么知道？
我喝过了。Basically, the lady's trying to upsell us. She reckons that this drink here tastes really good together with it, but
喝过这个？
哦，我们喝不了。
真的？绿豆汤喝得了吗？这个肯定一定会喝的。
Oh my God. That is so good. It's such a deep and rich flavour, almost nutty and like woody-like. Oh my God. And with the lajam tingling the tip of my tongue. Oh my God. I've arrived home.
So in Chongqing, people say, oh, hot pot is life there. But here in Wuhan, breakfast is life. And if this is the kind of breakfast that you guys eat here in Wuhan, I am here for it. Because, oh my days, this is amazing. Give me a smile.
That was so good, but now I'm so sleepy. I don't know how anyone in Wuhan gets anything done with these really tasty but quite filling breakfasts.
I know, I just want to go back to bed, but I've got an action-packed itinerary for us, starting with a nice brisk walk up a hill so we can burn off some of those calories.
That should wake us up.
But before we get to the hill, we need our morning caffeine fix. Surely this adorable little neighbourhood will come through for us.
Past like 3 coffee shops and they've all been closed. K-Coffee, we couldn't, could we? It's shut. It's nearly 11 AM. What time do f***ing coffee shops open here in Wuhan?
Clearly coffee drinking is not a part of our experience.
Well, that drumming should wake us up.
Oh my word, what are the aiyis made of here in Hubei province? There was just one lady who must have been about 70 holding another lady by a rope who must have been about 75 while she cut back the hillside with a chainsaw. Honestly, what a bunch of badasses.
I'm seriously impressed. I guess they have to keep it looking pretty for all the tourists that are making their way up the hillside.
Whoa!
How much?
140. Ay.
Jesus
Christ! God, that is expensive, isn't it? 70 yuan to see a tower. This better be worth it.
Bloody hell, I might just see if anyone wants to buy my ticket on the black market and try and get it off my hands.
So the reason we hauled our asses all the way up Snake Hill and forked out a hefty chunk of change was to catch a glimpse of one of Wuhan's most iconic landmarks, the Yellow Crane Tower. This historic monument has existed in one form or another for over 1800 years. But to be honest, Jack seemed more interested in mingling with the flocks of pensioners that were nesting in the area surrounding it.
我希望你的帽子都是黄色的. So I've met this adorable little pensioner crew. Isn't it cute how their caps match the tower? Very, very cute. 你的帽子很可爱.
我们这个直播间8天的时间，我们进来了
Okay.
I just got really bad headaches today. I thought it was going to be nice and peaceful at this temple, but it's not. It's very, very busy.
What's going on here?
I think some guys trying to...
你好。
So everybody else on this fine Friday seems to be having an absolute whale of a time. But maybe that's because they're all pensioners, so they only had to pay half price. Or maybe they're just absolutely buzzing to see the Yellow Crane Tower. I don't know.
这么好看。不要，我不求，我不求，我不求，我不求，我不求，谢谢谢谢。你看我的。好，蛮好看他的。
Oh, they're linking arms? Cute.
So Nico, I'll be honest here, I feel like I'm having more fun just kind of doing a bit of people watching all the people having the absolute time of their lives. What do you think it is that's actually attracted them to come here to the Yellow Crane Tower?
Well, I read online a couple of facts. Apparently this is a landmark building in Wuhan. It's located on the Yangtze River, if you didn't already know that. Many celebrities have written famous poems about this tower.
Wow.
It was built during the Three Kingdoms period, but it was destroyed many times. And what we can see now is actually a reconstruction, which was last built in 1985. Wow. And you can climb the tower and see spectacular views. And I think that's why everyone's buzzing. Now let's hope that's included in the ticket price.
So what are you making of this tower experience yourself?
It's a little underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. The tower itself is pretty beautiful. The views are nice.
Would I recommend it? Probably not, but you know.
I would if it was only 35 yuan, but I mean, I know I keep going on about the price, guys, but when you're a budget traveller, you've got to think about the purse strings. I think 70 is a lot.
Yeah, we'll have to come back once we're retired, I reckon. Do we know then, missus?
Well, I'm going to send you on a little mission, maybe around this neighbourhood, and I'm going to go back and maybe have a nap because honestly, I've tried to kick this headache this morning. I thought food was going to help. I thought a fizzy drink. Thank you. But no, I feel really terrible, so I think I need to have a little bit of an afternoon nap.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, I will do my best to explore for the team. It's only one slight problem though. You did all of the research, so I really don't have a clue where I'm going. But hey, what's the worst that could happen? You see, me and Nico have a pretty clear division of labour in our relationship. I take care of the videos, the shooting, the editing, all of that stuff, whilst Nico is the top travel planner, figuring out where to go, what to see, what to eat. So I feel like a little bit like a fish out of water right now, but as Nico said,
everyone seems very friendly here in Wuhan, so I'm sure you'll make some friends along the way.
So I'm sure we'll be able to find our way around this city, even if I don't have an absolute clue where I'm going. So these days, me and Nico don't actually spend that much time apart. We're practically joined at the hip. So anytime I do go off on my own, whether it's like a business trip or something like that, I always like to buy Nico a little gift.
袜子。
对，我给我老婆买一个，都一样的大小吗？
袜子都是一样的大小的。
Oh, that's a bit of Nico, if I do say so myself.
Thanks, you're really splashing the cash there, Jack.
好的，谢谢您，拜拜，拜拜。Tip for all you blokes out there: top way to keep your missus happy, buy her socks.
Too right. Although the best way to keep me happy is by following my bloody itinerary and not getting distracted, Jack.
Isn't it amazingly jazzy? Look at it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, such a sick little whip. One of these days, Nico is gonna let me out alone into the wild, and I'm gonna end up coming home with having bought one of these little bad boys.
You better f***ing not.
So before I came to Wuhan, I had no idea that this was such a foodie city. Honestly, every 20 meters or so, there'll be a cart selling something tasty looking, or a little hole in the wall joint selling some tasty noodles, or something tasty and steamed. And it's not just guozao either. There seems to be things throughout the day, so I know I'm gonna be able to find some food pretty easily later, I reckon.
Huh. Something tells me that he won't be able to find any food where he's going later on. But we'll let him make his own mistakes, shall we?
Okay, so we've swapped out jazzy colours for muted, earthy tones. I think this must be the walking street that Nico wants me to go to.
Jack forgot to switch his mic on, but I'm pretty sure he was moaning about how he needs a coffee and how he wishes he was like this tree and had a coffee drip hooked up straight to his veins, blah, blah, blah.
And I'm sure, looking around, this place must have some coffee. Please, come on Wuhan, provide for your guy.
I can't guarantee that, but I do know that the 2-kilometer long thoroughfare of Tanghualin has no shortage of cute things to look at. Although I'm not sure that taking photos in front of artificially constructed backdrops is entirely Jack's thing, however.
What do you reckon, guys? Real or fake? Aha, so I found a little coffee place where it looks like I can sit outside and get something tasty. So that is banging, mate. Oh, I'm glad I paid for that extra shot. That's definitely going to put a few hairs on the chest. Oh, right, now I'm adequately caffeinated. I think it's time to go fill up that belly of mine. Let's see if we can find some more tasty Wuhanese food, because I'm liking what I've seen so far.
About that.
So when I was on my way to the walking street, there was so much tasty looking food, but now I've emerged out the other side, feels like this whole area is being regenerated. There's a lot of building work going on and all the local restaurants pretty much have been shut. Although finally I found something which I think always comes in handy wherever I am in China. A little slice of the cheeky Chinese pizza. You could get what you require.
6元。
谢谢. Bye bye. Okay, so that wasn't the most authentic of Wuhan snacks, I'll give that to you, but you know what, sometimes you just gotta grab what's available to you. I'm planning to cap off today with a visit to Wuhan's most iconic site, and I'm gonna need some fuel in the belly if I'm to tackle what lies ahead of me.
Even though I know where he's going, I'm still intrigued.
Ah, so here we have it, the Yangtze River, also known as the Long River in Chinese. Now this is one of the symbols of China. It's the longest river in China after all. It's the longest river in Asia. It's the third longest river in the world. And for the past 2,000 years of Wuhan's history, it's been the lifeblood of the city. Ni hao. For Wuhan residents, there's no greater challenge than swimming across this. I was considering doing that, but you know what? I don't really fancy getting my hair wet. So luckily for me, there's another way to get across it.
Ooh, do tell more, Jack.
The ferry fare is only 1 Kwai 30 and you can just use your regular bus card on Alipay. I mean, God, that's convenient and that's much better value than the bloody trip to the Yellow Crane Tower, isn't it?
And looking around, it seems that this bargain form of transport isn't exactly a well-kept secret.
I'm quite content to hang out nearer the back because it is absolutely mental trying to get on this. Everyone is pushing and shoving and yeah, I don't fancy any of that action. Thank you very much. The scooter queue looks a lot more relaxed. So I was expecting a nice chill cruise across the river. What I wasn't expecting was to get stuck in the middle of a blooming rugby match, honestly.
I'm sure the view across the Yangtze makes it all worth it though.
So unfortunately the weather isn't the best today, but just behind me you can see the point where the Han River and the Yangtze meet. The Han River is the main confluence of the Yangtze River, and so this is a really important point and would have made Wuhan an essential stop on ancient trading routes throughout China. So it wasn't that long ago that this was the only way to cross the Yangtze. Before any of these bridges were built, this was the only way for residents of the city to get across. And can you imagine how busy the ferries would have been then? I mean, I guess there was probably a lot more at the time though, to be fair. Oh, well guys, I thoroughly enjoyed my Yangtze River cruise. That was so much fun, but I am feeling a bit bad having this much fun without Nico. So I better go home, check on the patient. But don't worry, we're gonna have loads of more fun Wuhan content coming your way. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Leave us a comment letting us know where we should go next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.